New Lands, by Charles Hoyfort, Part 2, Chapter 28d. Upon August 24, 1895, in the period of primary maximum brilliance of Venus, the luminous object, it is said, was seen in the sky in daytime by someone in Donegal, Ireland. Upon this day, according to the Scientific American, Volume 73, page 374, the boy, Robert Alcorn, saw a large luminous object falling from the sky. It exploded near him. The boy's experience was like Smith Morehouse's. He put his hands over his face. There was a second explosion, shattering his fingers. According to Professor George Minchin, no substance of the object that had exploded could be found. Whether there be relation or not, something was seen in the sky of England a week later. In the London Times, September 4, 1895, Dr. James Augustus Henry Murray writes that, at Oxford, a few minutes before 8 p.m., August 31, 1895, he saw in the sky a luminous object, considerably larger than Venus at greater brilliance, emerge from behind treetops, and sail slowly eastward. It moved as if driven in a strong wind, and disappeared behind other trees. The fact that it so perceptibly grew fainter as it receded seems to imply that it was not at a great elevation, and so favors a terrestrial origin, though I am unable to conceive how anything artificial could have presented the same appearance. In the Times of the 6th, someone who had read Dr. Murray's letter says that, about the same time, same evening, he, in London, had seen the same object moving eastward so slowly that he had thought it might be a fire balloon from a neighboring park. Another correspondent, who had not read Dr. Murray's letter, his own dated September 3rd, writes from a place not stated that about 8:20 p.m., August 31st, he had seen a star-like object, moving eastward, remaining in sight 4 or 5 minutes. Then someone who, about 8 p.m., same evening, while driving to the Scarborough station, had seen a large shooting star, astonishing him, because of its leisurely rate, so different from the velocity of the ordinary shooting star. There are two other accounts of objects that were seen in the sky, at Bath and at Ramsgate, but not about this time, and I have looked them up in local newspapers, finding that they were probably meteors. In the Oxford Times, September 7th, Dr. Murray's letter to the London Times is reprinted, with this comment: "We would suggest to the learned doctor that the supposed meteor was one of the fire balloons let off with the allotments show. Let it be that when allotments are shown, balloons are always sent up, and that this editor did not merely have a notion to this effect. Our data are concerned with an object that was seen, at about the same time, at Oxford, about 50 miles southeast of Oxford, and about 170 miles northeast of Oxford, with a fourth observation that we cannot place.